Timberwolves continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Nice and composed on that three there. Trey giving his fundamentals all of his attention.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
Outside Edwards. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with All-Star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Now here's Gobert. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Reed. Tries to keep it alive. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Gobert. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And I like that. Edwards comes off the pick, keeps his options open, and then just makes the right read.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Here's Johnson. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Picked by Randall to the inside. Johnson with the rebound. Atlanta leading by 3. Fires the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Johnson's got 5.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivered.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Timberwolves trail by 6. Pass to Miller. And here is Ingles. Back to Miller. Off target at the rim. 1:46 left to play in the first. Here's Daniels. Here's Okongwu. And he gets it to go.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
To the middle. Back to DiVincenzo. Pass to Ingles. Lock at 6. Here's Garza. Shot to stop the run. Kept alive, Minnesota. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. That's good. It's Miller with the assist.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And here's Daniels. A 3-ball. Fires for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Daniels has got 5 now.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Down low. Garza gets the bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Pass to Daniels. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. There's the pick. To the paint. And stolen by Okongwu. Rizichet wide open. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Hawks lead by 12. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Hawks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Outside Edwards. Edwards getting the close range too. It's so easy, Coach, to highlight the athleticism, but there's certainly a mental aspect to the game as well. And I know you value that as a coach.
You can never, Kevin, overestimate how important intelligence is. I was in the NBA, or have been around the NBA for 30 years, and I have never seen one really good player who wasn't really smart.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. The Hawks leading by 12. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Young looking around. Johnson outside. 5 on the clock. Back to Young. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution. and they get it done.
Here's Edwards. Rebound, Atlanta.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
And that one's good. Daniels.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
Young outside for three. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Edwards. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. One-on-one here. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Johnson outside. No good on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 18. No one near Conley as he lets it go. He drains the quick shot.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Pass to Johnson. Daniels from outside. No good that time. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. It's tipped. Fast break, the Hawks. Ahead. And Okongwu slams it in.
And this kid, Ricochet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. And that's going to be a treble.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Johnson outside. Three-pointer. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible. For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Three-pointer, Daniels. They get it back from outside the arc. That one, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Shot clock at 6. A three-pointer is right on target. DiVincenzo's got 6 points.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Timberwolves. They trail by 16. 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Ingles. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
On the wing, Daniels. Back to Young. Latrey. Good on the triple. He has 6.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And here's Ingles outside. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Big-time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Oh, man, that's like stealing 3 points. Big-time finish to the quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And this past offseason, Stan, was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
You know, a stellar floor general. Young has that uncanny ability to find his guys at the right time.
Now Edwards, 5 points in the game. Gobert, the screen. Edwards, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Hits the three-point bomb. Timberwolves trail by 18. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
Maybe that's coaching, right? Growth and development. Mind for the game, for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. And it's Reza Shea missing. And here's Edwards from the arc. And it's Daniels with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 17. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu, who was a big part of what we did in Orlando, was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Inside, out to Edwards. Fader on the way. Tries again. And Reed with the lay-in. Reed's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
They grabbed their own miss. Gobert.
And good luck keeping Gobert off the boards. He has a tremendous nose for the ball.
In the corner, Daniels. Drains it from beyond the arc. Daniels has got 6 here in this quarter.
And you can tell he's looking for the
ball. A little extra right there from Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Back to Young. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Young's got 9.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
And they pick up 2. Edwards got 9 points now in just the second half.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true 3-level scorer.
Here's Okongwu. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Pass to Reed. From the arc. Okongwu grabs the board. Now Reza Shea. Here's Okongwu. Young from outside. And so it's Atlanta holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They have been sharp from beyond the arc, putting on a terrific three-point shooting display. Don't go anywhere. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The Hawks leading by 18. Here's Krejci. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Aston Yang. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Krejci. Covered by Conley. Krejci, no good. Timberwolves trailed by 18. Gobert with it. Here is Edwards. And he drives in. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. LeVert from outside. Minnesota with the rebound. Edwards drives in. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, everything about Edwards' drive makes it dangerous. His speed, his agility, and his lack of fear.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Well, look, plays like that are exactly why they find themselves in such a deep hole.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Reed with the block. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. Well, look, you can't let Edwards get this close to the rim because he will dunk it on you.
Trying to get open is Randall. Here's Reed. Left side, Edwards. From deep. A shot off that time.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
And the basket by Krejci.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Edwards looking it over. Just 5 on the clock. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Here's LeVert. Here he goes. That one drops for him. And the Hawks lead by 20.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Atlanta making a switch here.
Substitution for your Hawks. Garrison Matthews. Buffkin.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. For three, Edwards. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. The Hawks leading by 20. Matthews with it. Now defended by Randall. Here's Mann. Gobert pulls it in.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Atlanta.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep. If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
On the wing, man. Here's the three. Rebound, Minnesota. Reed in the post. Shoots over Niang. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Substitution for your Hawks. Larry Nance Jr.
There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Buffkin. Nance outside. Pass to man. Here's Buffkin. Drills the three-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 19.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Nance, no good. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 16-point game.
Assisted by Anthony Edwards.
11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
10 seconds. Team seconds. At the line for your Hawks, Larry Nance Jr.
That free throw good from Nance. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin.